While Detroit was betting on gas-powered pickup trucks and European giants were slow to embrace electric vehicles, China's BYD just became the world's first automaker to generate over $100 billion in revenue from selling electric cars that cost half the price of a Tesla. This isn't just another business story about market competition. It's about how an entire industry got blindsided while America's economic dominance in automotive manufacturing quietly slipped away. For over a century, the United States controlled the global automotive narrative. From Henry Ford's assembly line to General Motors becoming the world's largest corporation, American car companies didn't just make vehicles, they shaped how entire economies operated. Today, Chinese manufacturers like BYD, XPeng, and Chery are systematically dismantling that dominance, and the implications extend far beyond car sales into national security, supply chain control, and America's technological leadership in the 21st century. The numbers reveal the scope of this transformation. In 2020, China exported approximately 1 million vehicles worldwide. By 2024, that figure exploded to 6 million cars, with Chinese electric vehicle manufacturers now controlling 60% of global EV sales. BYD alone captured 18% of the worldwide electric vehicle market by selling 4.27 million vehicles in 2024, generating $107 billion in revenue compared to Tesla's $97.7 billion. Perhaps most significantly, BYD outsold Tesla in Europe for the first time in May 2025, marking what industry analysts call a watershed moment for the global automotive sector. But this takeover didn't happen through superior marketing or brand recognition. Chinese manufacturers achieved something that shocked industry veterans. They learned to develop new vehicle models in less than half the time required by their American and European competitors. While Western automakers typically need 4 to 6 years for vehicle development, companies like BYD and XPeng complete the entire process in 18 to 24 months, using artificial intelligence-driven simulations, rapid prototyping, and what they call a fail-fast philosophy borrowed directly from Silicon Valley technology companies. This speed advantage stems from a fundamental reimagining of how cars should be built and tested. Chinese engineers concluded that global industry standard vetting processes represent what one Shanghai automotive professor described as a wasteful pursuit of excessive quality.
Instead of perfecting vehicles through endless prototypes and testing cycles, Chinese manufacturers release good enough products quickly, then iterate based on consumer feedback, treating model launches as the beginning rather than the end of development. The strategy has created unassailable cost advantages. Chinese electric vehicles typically cost 20 to 40% less than Western equivalents, while offering comparable or superior technology. BYD's Seagull model sells for $7,100 in China, while Tesla's cheapest Model 3 starts at over $30,000. This isn't just aggressive pricing, it's enabled by vertical integration across the entire supply chain. BYD manufactures its own batteries, semiconductors, and electric motors, insulating the company from supply chain disruptions while enabling price cuts that forced even Tesla to offer 5-year zero-interest financing just to remain competitive. China's dominance extends beyond manufacturing efficiency into control of critical materials. The country processes over 3/4 of global lithium, cobalt, and graphite, essential components for electric vehicle batteries, while housing more than 50% of worldwide battery production capacity. This control flows through the entire value chain, from raw materials extraction to finished vehicle assembly, creating dependencies that make competing with Chinese manufacturers increasingly difficult for American companies. The geopolitical implications become clear when examining China's global expansion strategy. Chinese manufacturers aren't just exporting cars, they're establishing production facilities worldwide through what analysts call industrial diplomacy. BYD operates new factories across Indonesia, Thailand, Pakistan, Turkey, Hungary, and Brazil, with each facility producing over 200,000 vehicles annually while creating thousands of local jobs. These investments make Chinese automotive presence politically difficult to dislodge, rewarding friendly countries while building economic dependencies that extend Beijing's influence globally. Western governments have responded with protective tariffs. The European Union imposed duties up to 45.3% on Chinese electric vehicles, while the United States and Canada implemented 100% tariffs. Rather than deterring expansion, these measures accelerated Chinese localization strategy.
Chinese manufacturers rapidly established production facilities in connector countries like Mexico, Vietnam, and Morocco that provide access to major markets through existing trade agreements, effectively circumventing trade barriers while maintaining cost advantages. The technological gap continues widening in China's favor. Companies like BYD have developed ultra-fast charging systems capable of adding 250 miles of range in 5 minutes, significantly outpacing Tesla's 15-minute 200-mile charging capability. Chinese firms are also pioneering autonomous driving systems and smart vehicle integration that treats cars as what industry observers call rolling smartphones on wheels, integrating artificial intelligence, connectivity, and over-the-air updates in ways that make traditional automotive approaches seem outdated. Market projections paint a clear picture of continued Chinese expansion. Industry analysts expect Chinese automakers to capture 33% of global automotive market share by 2030, up from approximately 21% in 2025. This growth will be driven primarily by international sales, projected to surge from 3 million vehicles annually to 13 million by decade's end. In Europe specifically, Chinese brands are expected to double their market share to 10% by 2030, while Chinese manufacturers boost European production by 800,000 vehicles annually. The financial implications for American automakers are becoming apparent. Between 2020 and 2024, foreign manufacturers, including General Motors, Ford, and Volkswagen, saw their sales in China decrease from 9.4 million vehicles annually to 6.4 million. During the same period, domestic Chinese manufacturers more than doubled their sales from 4.5 million to 9.5 million vehicles. This shift represents not just market share loss, but fundamental changes in how automotive supply chains, technology development, and manufacturing expertise flow globally. Perhaps most concerning for American economic interests is how this transformation connects to broader technological competition with China. Electric vehicles serve as platforms for artificial intelligence, semiconductor technology, battery chemistry, and advanced manufacturing techniques, all areas where the United States seeks to maintain technological leadership.
As Chinese companies achieve dominance in automotive markets, they're simultaneously advancing in these critical technology sectors, potentially undermining American competitiveness across multiple industries simultaneously. The speed of this transformation suggests that what appeared to be gradual market evolution has actually been a coordinated strategic campaign. China's ultra-cheap electric vehicles weren't just products, they were tools in a comprehensive economic strategy designed to capture global market share, build technological capabilities, and establish supply chain dependencies that extend Beijing's influence worldwide. The $5,000 electric car was indeed a Trojan horse, but what emerged wasn't just another competitor. It was a fundamental reshaping of global automotive power that positions China to dominate not just the electric vehicle transition, but the entire future of transportation technology. As American policymakers grapple with responses to this challenge, the central question isn't whether Chinese automotive expansion can be stopped, it's whether the United States can adapt quickly enough to compete in an industry that's being redefined by companies that operate according to completely different rules than the Detroit automakers that once defined American industrial might.